Hey there, folks. Time for me to do today's CSS battle. Ooh, I like it. 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 All right. I think it's definitely one of those times where I want to try. Oh, it's not going to work. Oh, my idea is not going to work. Okay, so I'm seeing the repeating patterns. The issue, I want to do a conic gradient to create this shape. The issue is this outlying region here. And so because of the shapes that I've got going on here, it's just not quite going to work. What I want to do is use the blank. No, let's use nested template. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do an asymmetric nested template. So that's using the body to create this first shape and then use box shadow. And then on the enclosing element, we'll do a linear gradient from 90 degrees. That's a lot of words for not showing you any code yet. So let's write some code. Let's write some actual code. So we need 4 values on the margins. Okay, first margin, we need a top margin, 3, 31, 32. Second value is going to be like 200, 210, 212. And then this next margin is going to be like 220. Oh, way too much. How about 200? 200. Nope. How about 190? 192. And then this final number is 20? 22. Okay, so what have we made? We made that guy. Okay, so now we're going to do a box shadow for the body. I always feel like it's weird to put box shadows on the body. I don't have huge confidence it's going to work great, but we'll try it out. Okay, so there's our first one. 210 over. How about 190 over? There it is. Okay, so if I set a color to be this dark color, then the default box shadow will be that color. So there we go. Box shadow 1 is 190, 0. So we're going to have 3 going to be 190. 190 pixels and then 100 pixels. Maybe 80. And then probably it's a multiple of that. So another 190 pixels, probably 160 pixels. There it is. And then we want the same numbers again. 0, 80 pixels, 80 px, and then 0, 160 pixels. And then for good measure, we're going to do the inside as a box shadow, and that'll be inset 1 inch, 1 inch, 1 inch. And then we can remove the background. Okay, so that's that. And then on the body, on the enclosing element, on the HTML element, this is where we might get tricky. We're going to see linear gradient, 90 degrees, and it's this dark color, probably 20 pixels, and then this there. So now here's where our margins are showing things a little odd. So I think we want it to be over 100 pixels and then set it to be 100%, a width of what? It's going to be the width between here and here. So here from 90 to 250, 240, 245, 250. So what's that? 150 and, is that right? 90. So we're going from 90 to 1, so 60 pixels over. And then, so that position is 90, 90. And then we have a width of 250 minus the 90, so 140. And that, oh, it kind of works. Oh, I have the width wrong, probably. Yeah, because my math in my head, no good. 150, 160. It's 160. There it is. And I think that's correct. Yeah, I think that'll do it. Let's see. Now, sometimes, yeah, so, all right. This is where using Safari is a problem for me because I'm not really seeing what the Chromium browser is doing. Even though this works great on Safari and in fact is showing me a diff that's very clean, it's not actually doing what I want it to do, and that's a bummer. However, I think the math is right and we're going to reuse the math. So I'm going to steal this paragraph element, plonk, and then actually I'm going to steal this margins as well. Maybe we can reuse the margins and put them on the paragraph element. And now I'm going to load up my blank template. Again, one of the GitHub plugins that I got running are linked from each one of these videos. I don't mention it very often, but that's what I'm really doing. So let's set this on the P tag and not nested. We need to give it a height, probably of, what is that height? Of like 40, is that right? Okay, so, and then we need to have at least some kind of a background color. Okay, what do we got? So now those margins are going to be different. So let's set that margin to 0. Okay, and then let's unset the margins on the body. Great. So now we're doing the same thing again. So let's put those back, remove the margins on the body. Ah, close. So then it's 340, 40, 40, 40, and then the height is 60. There it is. So 4212 might be all the margins we need. Yes? 40. So 40 in the top, 212, and we don't need this number, or we need a 0 there, or some value for the bottom margin. Because we only have one element, that number doesn't matter, but we still need a value there, because removing it will change the calculus. But a 0, so the 0 is minimal. Okay. And then we're going to do exactly what I was trying to do. Linear gradient of the dark color, or 90 degrees, right? So it's coming in from the side. The dark color, what did we say? I can't see, my brain just won't retain those numbers. Is it 60 pixels? And then the light color, 0. And then 90 pixels over. And then a width of 160 pixels. And that looks great. And that's 100% match. So same code, but applies differently for Chrome. And I guess the only real functional difference is this height. The height is what changed. So I think I can do a similar kind of a, so if I nest it, it looks like it works. What else can I do? Let's minify, unit replace, and submit. And the difference is having this height here. I wonder if I'd added a height to the body, maybe that would have been good. Anyway, you know, live and learn. Again, one of the pitfalls of not using Chrome is that sometimes I'll run into things like this when I try to do things that are more complicated. Gotta say, I appreciate the CSS Battle community. Joined the live stream where Kay does the, and I'm sorry, Kay, Kshagra, I want to say. I'm not good at, I haven't properly learned to pronounce his name, but great guy, great person, super fun to exchange email with him, and occasional messages, and I'm very supportive of my YouTubing here to the extent that I'm doing it. I'm not really trying to do it to make money or anything, but I really enjoy the CSS Battle community and what he's done with the Discord, and definitely lots of great players. That's a digression. Anyway, I attended the live stream that he did this morning, or morning for me, evening for him. He calls it Saturday Night Live, I think. Of course, it's early morning for me, but really fun to explore solutions of the top players, how they utilize the HTML and body elements to do all the work, and have shared styles that then are modified using very clever techniques like setting font size and using X units and LH units, very exotic techniques, things that I don't do in these videos because I'm trying to get them done quick, and also I'm trying to write code that's going to work in all the browsers because that's my goal. But for Code Golf, super clever stuff. If you're interested in that stuff, join the Discord, follow the YouTube channel for CSS battles, and hey, have fun with it. All right, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and go make a web page.